Cherry Bomb Panda Cosplay. I'm sorry I did not create any videos in the past 5 months. I started saving up money for my new apartment, which I just recently moved into this past month, and I decided that the best option to do was to stop creating videos where I wouldn't have to use as much makeup, and not using that much makeup and having all that stuff packed away would help me not use as much, which would mean I wouldn't have to buy much more than I already have. And so I packed up all my makeup, I packed up all my stuff really early, started buying stuff for my apartment super early. I got everything packed up and I got all the things I need for my apartment, I would say 3 months before I even moved in. But yeah, so I just recently moved in. I absolutely love my apartment. I just love it, period. But yeah, so I decided to give you a heads up. It wasn't really all because I was trying to save up money to move out. I was having a lot of personal issues. I was struggling with depression and anxiety and a whole bunch of other symptoms that I did not know I had, and I only just came to the realization that I was dealing with these problems. And so the first past few months it has been extremely hard for me, and I did not want to create myself even more stress by trying to upkeep on the videos as well. So sorry you guys. But yeah, so as I said before, I just recently moved into my new apartment. Absolutely love it. I only pay $600 a month for a 2-bedroom with washer and dryer and a lot of floor space. I think it's like 900 or more square footage, which is really great. I have a lot of storage, which is great because I have a lot of junk. At least that's what my mom says. To me, it's a lot of crafting items and whatnot, so it's not junk. But yeah, I am planning on, now that I have been, I moved in recently, I am situated, I will most likely slowly start making a lot more videos than I have been before. I will be starting a new channel for anime eventually. I will be doing that with my one friend because the friend that I was going to do it with previously, we had a falling out, so it didn't work out in the end with her. So I will be doing it with another friend of mine who's not really into anime as much, but she is into more Marvel comics and that sort of thing, so she'll have that perspective in with her while coming in and starting to watch anime more and whatnot. I mean, she's watched Dragon Ball Z, but that's pretty much it. But yeah, so that's gonna happen, and I recently got into the game Omnioji, which sadly is not in the United States yet in the English language, but it is on iTunes in Chinese and Japanese, and you can download it on iTunes. I tried downloading it on Google Play, and that does not work. It will not allow you to because you are not within the country limit. But for some reason, it allows me to do it on iTunes, and I recently got up to level 40 so far. And I got a lot of really cool characters that I really want to cosplay. And one of the characters that this makeup is for, that I will be cosplaying in the future at I would say either Hallmat, Holiday Matsuri in Florida in December, or I'll be doing it at Katsucon in February. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I do not want to wear it at any conventions that are coming up shortly in the summertime because her outfit is a little bit more heavier and I do not want to sweat like a crazy little monkey. But yeah, so that's what's happened so far. I'm so sorry that I didn't create any videos or didn't give you any heads up on that sort of thing. I will try to do that more in the future. I will be creating myself a Twitter account, even though I never use Twitter and I have no idea how to use it. If you guys could just comment and tell me quick tips on how to use Twitter, that would be great, because I absolutely have no idea. But yeah, so this is right behind me. It's actually, this is not my wall, as you could probably tell from the creases, but this is my photo prop, so that you at least have something nice to look at behind me, because in reality what is behind me is a door, which I never use because it's my shoe closet. I have a down the stairs, right behind me, down the stairs, I have one of those over the wall shoe caddies. So that's where I keep most of my shoes. The shoes that are in here are what I use mostly for cosplay. And since I haven't been going to as many anime conventions, no use for it. But yeah. Oh, I'm sorry if I keep on going all over the place. It's just me. But I did forget to mention that one of the serious reasons on why I decided not to do any more videos and just stop going to anime conventions in general is because this past Otakon in August, I believe it was, I got into a car accident and I had a falling out with a friend at the same time. And because of that, I was extremely stressed out. I was extremely upset. And at that moment, I did not realize all the serious issues I have been dealing with all my life. And I just felt like I was a loser and that I didn't amount to anything and a whole lot of other stuff. And I just was extremely depressed. I decided, you know what, I'm not going to go to any more anime conventions because I don't want to see her. I don't want to think about her. And it was just extremely overwhelming for me. And some of my friends I've known all my life who actually get me, they started making me want to go to anime conventions, and I ended up going to Hallmat in December, which I was a little statuesque because a lot of my friends that I went with, they were like, are you having fun? Because my friends, they work at Disney World, and so I got in for free, and I was basically not smiling. Even though I was having fun, I was enjoying where I was at, but my facial expression was just like, yeah, it was non-existent. And because of that, a lot of my friends, they were very concerned with me. They were trying to figure out what the heck was wrong with me, because my one friend that I was staying with at her place, I haven't seen her for about six years, probably 6 or more years. I don't remember. And last time she met me, I was a happy-go-lucky person. And then she met me this past December and she was like, you're the complete opposite of what you used to be. And she was very concerned on why it was like that. I started, at the point, I did try going to counseling, and I did try to see if I can get any help of that sort. Counseling did not help me, even though a lot of people say it doesn't help in the beginning, but it will help later on. But I was just like, you know what, I need more of a quick fix sort of thing, not something that would gradually work out within the next 5-6 months. I needed something that would help me within the next 3-4 months, a little less time. And so I ended up hanging out with my one friend, and my one friend realized that I had ADHD, and she told me, you need to go to the doctor, you need to talk to them, you need to figure out if you actually have ADHD. Turns out I do have ADHD. No wonder I'm all spaz attack all the time. And then after a lot of instances at work where I just felt extremely like I felt like I was useless, and that I was afraid that I would lose my job because I was afraid I couldn't do my job requirements. And because of that, I ended up crying in front of the HR, or the human resources at my work, over the most trivial thing that I really did not have any control over. And I felt extremely ashamed and embarrassed for just bawling my eyes out in front of this lady. And she was like, I really can't help you because it's out of my hands. And I was just like, I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm bawling my eyes out. I just got so fed up of being so extremely sensitive. And because of that, I was like, you know what? Sorry for you all children's whatnot that watch this, but I was basically like, fuck you. Like, I'm sick and tired of feeling so worthless. And I needed to get a grasp and hold of myself. And so I ended up going to the doctor, and I talked to the doctor. I told them my family situation, how I've been for the past lifetime. And my doctor told me that I was suffering from partial PTSD because I ended up going into, when my emotions got to a certain limit, I would black out. And between that time that I am in the hype and then when I actually cool down, I have no idea what in the world is going on in between that point. And so I also have OCD, I have anxiety, I have depression, I have a whole list of symptoms, and I had no idea that I had any of this, because at that point I felt like I was a ticking time bomb, and that I was going to do something drastic if I couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong with me. And I found out what the hell was wrong with me, so yay. And the doctor told me that I needed to move out because my family situation was extremely toxic to me, and they were not treating me right. And I was just like, I guess I have to. And that's when I decided to start saving up to go move out, because before, what happened was with my mom was that she would always say, I'm gonna go sell the house, you have to stop going to conventions, you have to start saving money because you're going to have to move out and live on your own, and all that sort of stuff, and then never ended up happening. And I got sick and fed up of her for the past 4 years telling me, save up money now because we're going to sell the house soon, and it never ended up happening. I was like, you know what, fuck this. I'm going to go and I'm going to just do it myself. I don't care what the hell is going to happen with her. I just needed to do what needed to happen. And I did. My mom did not believe me that I was going to be moving out, but I created myself a list of all the things I needed to buy for my apartment. And whenever I had any extra spare money, I would go, and I would go to Home Goods, I would go to Burlington, I would go to Marshall's, Walmart, any place that had things that were on sale or at a discounted price. I ended up buying all my kitchen items at Home Goods because I ended up spending like $100 on something, like all the things I need for my apartment, and the amount of stuff that I bought would have cost me a good $500 if I were to pay normal price. But I didn't have to pay normal price because it was on sale or discounted price. And so I ended up saving a whole lot of money. In the end, I ended up spending, I would say, roughly $1,000 total. I already had my bed, I already had everything furniture wise I needed except for the kitchen table, which I bought at a reuse it store, and I ended up refurbishing it. I refurbished a few things, including the coffee table that this tablet is on now, which my dad painted with car paint, and it's really cool. It has crackle, it looks like a marble top, and no, not marble, sorry, granite counter. It looks like a granite countertop, but it's made out of car paint. And it's also chameleon paint, so it changes colors in the sunlight. So it's like super cool. But yeah, and I bought my kitchen chairs, my kitchen table at Reuse It stores, and I repainted them. I tore the fabric off the chairs and I changed the fabric. I did anything I could to save up money, which is great because I ended up saving a whole lot of money, so yay. But yeah, so I just recently moved out the beginning of last month on May 4th. May the 4th be with you. Which is a great way of remembering when my apartment anniversary date is. But yeah, I believe that is all that has happened to me as of late. Nothing really special happened or anything like that. I pretty much spent the past few months in like a very weird situation. Well, not weird situation, but more like I had all my clothes packed up, I had all my makeup packed up, I had basically everything packed up really early, like a few months in advance than I was originally going to move out. But and then I basically kept all the necessities, like my work clothes, some minimal makeup just to make myself look somewhat nice, and chargers and that sort of thing. And my mom kicked me out of my bedroom because turns out as soon as she found out I was actually serious about moving out, she decided she needs to get the house ready to sell. And she actually just recently got a buyer, which is great. And she sold the house for an above asking price, which is also really great. But yeah, so for the past few months I've been sleeping on the sofa, and it's a very odd situation. But in the end it worked out. Everything worked out in the end, and I am in my apartment. My apartment looks wonderful. I decorated beachy style. Everything's so blue and white and tan and basically that. But yeah, so I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on what has been happening to me and why I haven't been releasing any videos. And I'm sorry if I gave you too much TMI about certain family things and whatnot, but that's just me. I never know when to keep my mouth shut. But yeah, it's nice talking to you guys again. It's nice creating more videos. I will be making more videos, and I will most likely possibly be doing my new channel next month, because let me think. In next month I'm pretty much free, and then in August I will be going to Otakon because I did not want to go to Otakon. I did not, because I absolutely hate Otakon. But somehow I was convinced to go into a Gajinka group for the Evolutions. And so we're doing a belly dancer Evolutions group for the masquerade. And I'm gonna be doing Glaceon. Why the hell did I, like, seriously, why in the world did I agree to this? No idea. But yeah, so I will be going to Otakon, and I will literally be only bringing in one cosplay outfit, and I am not planning on staying the whole entire convention. But yeah, I think I got everything, right? Oh well. If I forgot anything, just hits me up down below, and I'll hopefully answer any of the questions you have for me. Nice seeing you guys again, and bye-bye.